The recent incident in the Mediterranean, where a Russian Su-35 fighter put Emmanuel Macron's government on alert, is just a demonstration of Russia's renewed military power in the region. As Western powers, especially France, face the effects of their own internal issues, and the growing weakness of NATO, Russia has not ceased to reaffirm its presence and response capabilities with increasingly bold maneuvers near the borders of the Atlantic Alliance. Russian aviation is demonstrating its control over European skies. Over the past few months, flights of Russian fighters and bombers in international airspace have sparked new tensions as Moscow prepares for new geopolitical challenges. This is not merely an act of provocation, but a continuously evolving military strategy that puts Europe on edge. A recent event has unsettled the Mediterranean waters, completely altering the perception of security that some NATO countries, especially France, have regarding their aerial operations on the international stage. In a development that highlights increasing geopolitical tensions, a Russian Su-35 fighter, known for its impressive technical capabilities and maneuverability, managed to put France's entire military apparatus and its president, Emmanuel Macron, on high alert by dangerously approaching a French Reaper surveillance drone. This incident, which occurred last Sunday, has triggered a series of reactions both within and beyond French borders. France's Minister of Defense, Sébastien Lecornu, was the first to speak out against what he described as dangerous behavior by the Russian aircraft. Through social media, Lecornu denounced the Su-35's maneuver, stating that it made 3 successive passes very close to the French surveillance drone in international airspace over the eastern Mediterranean. The minister made it clear that such maneuvers could have resulted in the loss of control of the drone, which naturally caused great concern within France's armed forces. Despite Lecornu's complaints, the Russian Ministry of Defense has not publicly commented on the incident, which is not uncommon in such situations. However, Russian authorities have consistently asserted that their flights are always conducted in accordance with international regulations regarding airspace over neutral waters. This stance underscores the growing rivalry between Western powers and Russia, particularly in a global context where the boundaries of mutual respect seem to be increasingly blurred. The Su-35, one of the most advanced fighters in the Russian Air Force, is known for its remarkable maneuverability and ability to operate under extreme conditions. With speeds exceeding 2,500 kilometers per hour, the Su-35 is not just a combat aircraft, but also a symbol of Russia's aerial power on the global stage. Its design allows it to perform maneuvers as risky as those described in the incident, explaining why such an aircraft can create alarm in countries that perceive these actions as a direct threat to their security. This serves as a stark reminder that Russia remains a key player in the global balance of power, possessing military capabilities that can unsettle even the most advanced armed forces. The incident has sparked debates about France's defense policy, NATO's military stance, and Russia's increasing presence in strategically vital areas. France, as one of NATO's most important members, has a lot at stake in these confrontations, as each incident either strengthens or weakens its national security policies and international relations. Beyond the official complaint, the fact that a Russian fighter jet was able to approach a surveillance drone so dangerously without an immediate and direct response from the French armed forces highlights a significant weakness in France's aerial deterrence capabilities. Although the Reaper drone is designed for surveillance missions and is unarmed, its vulnerability to interception by a combat aircraft only further exposes the gaps in France's air defense. The Russian fighter did not just put the French in a difficult position in the air, it also sent a clear message about Russia's determination to maintain its influence and military presence in strategic regions. Over the past years, the Russian Federation has conducted a series of military exercises in the Mediterranean, reaffirming its power in both air and maritime domains. Since the annexation of Crimea in 2014, tensions between Russia and Western countries, particularly NATO members, have only escalated, making incidents like last Sunday's a common occurrence in this invisible yet very real conflict. Russia has repeatedly stated that its activities in the Mediterranean are entirely legitimate, as they take place over neutral waters in accordance with international standards. From the Russian perspective, the event should not have been interpreted as an act of aggression but rather as a demonstration of strength and a reaffirmation of its rights over international airspace. In this regard, the incident highlights Russia's growing role as a global military power, capable of challenging NATO's expectations and reminding its members that complacency is not an option in the field of international security. The actions of Russian aircraft in the Mediterranean have also been a constant source of friction. On numerous occasions, Russian fighters have flown over areas that NATO countries consider sensitive, leading to tense situations that do not always result in direct confrontations but do contribute to a growing atmosphere of distrust and rivalry. These flights, often seen as a form of intimidation, clearly reflect Russia's stance on NATO's eastward expansion and its interventions in regions close to Russian borders. France's response, both in the media and diplomatically, reflects a concern not only for the security of its military assets, but also for its international image and standing within NATO. The recent challenges NATO has faced, both in terms of internal cohesion and external threats like Russia's invasion of Ukraine, have tested the alliance's resilience. France, while still one of the most influential nations within the organization, has not been immune to criticism from some of its allies, and finds itself increasingly entangled in a complex geopolitical situation. It is no coincidence that this incident occurred amid long-standing tensions between Russia and Western powers. Since the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, Russia's relationship with the West has fluctuated between cooperation and confrontation. The Su-35 incident is far from isolated. It is part of a broader pattern of challenges to Western hegemony, where every Russian move is perceived as a strategic play to reaffirm its global influence. Thus, the episode involving France and the Su-35 is not merely an aviation accident, but a clear reminder that tensions between Russia and NATO countries are far from resolved. The intervention of a Russian fighter jet against a French drone in international airspace is just a small part of a much larger story, one with profound implications for global security and the balance of power in the modern world. Russia, in its effort to reaffirm its military presence and influence in the Mediterranean, remains a force that no one can ignore, and this incident only strengthens its position as a dominant player on the global stage. In conclusion, the events discussed highlight a crucial turning point that demands attention and reflection. The implications extend beyond the immediate circumstances, affecting broader societal, economic, and political landscapes. As we navigate these developments, it becomes essential to remain informed, question narratives, and seek deeper understanding. The complexity of the situation requires critical thinking and engagement, ensuring that we do not passively accept the surface-level interpretations presented. Every piece of information contributes to a more comprehensive perspective, allowing us to anticipate potential outcomes and prepare for what lies ahead. The urgency of the matter cannot be understated, as decisions made today will shape the trajectory of future events. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth breakdowns. Stay connected for regular updates on the most pressing issues, and turn on notifications so you never miss an important discussion. Your engagement helps bring awareness to crucial topics, ensuring that more people gain access to well-researched perspectives. Let's continue the conversation and explore the hidden layers behind the headlines. See you in the next video.